Now, the federal government has urged the National Council on Climate Change to develop a comprehensive climate change adaptation project for flood management in Nigeria. This will form part of the agenda at the COP28 scheduled to hold later in the year in Dubai. They define regional priorities of ECOWAS. Now, government expressed the hope that the project will help to avert severe flooding across Nigeria in the future and design a clear plan to resuscitate the Lake Chad Basin. The report.
Climate change is set to reduce the length and reliability of the rainy season, increase the frequency and intensity of extreme weather events, and cause land degradation, soil erosion, and low farm output. Nigeria is gearing up for the 28th United Nations Climate Change Conference of Parties, COP28. Its participation will focus on federal government's plan to implement a $100 billion loss and damage funding. This represents a commitment to bolster climate finance through various channels.
The loss and damage agreement, which provided hope for many low-income countries bearing the brunt of climate change, must be finalized in Dubai. Just energy transition, where we expect discussions to focus on incentivizing and enabling emerging economies to transit sustainably in accordance with their national priorities, capacities, and based on greater financial support, must also be finalized, taking cognizance of the need to include more favorable terms for developing countries, along with technology transfer.
With an existing act stressing on the Climate Change Action Plan, Nigeria's priorities are set to be measured.
It is the implementation of these various instruments that you hear what the Renewable Energy Agency is doing in terms of promoting mini-grids. You hear what the NNPC and Ministry of Petroleum are doing with respect to implementing the petroleum industry bill that sets to end gas flaring by 2030. You also hear what Ministry of Agriculture is doing in terms of carrying out and popularizing climate-smart agriculture that minimizes wastage of both water, the soil, and other resources that go into agriculture.
Climate change is one of the most pressing issues facing the world today. Nigeria, as Africa's most populous and largest economy, is particularly vulnerable to the impacts of climate change due to its diverse ecological zones, high dependence on natural resources, and low adaptive capacity. Aisha Salihu, Trust TV News, Abuja.